But what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is biggest fears in real estate investing. And one of the things that, self-reflection from my perspective and kind of looking at things, right? So my self-reflection as I was kind of getting into the market and getting into the business, I was just like, I'm one of those guys who hates to make a mistake, but I am willing to learn and recognize that as I make these mistakes, that I'm going to learn. And I can tolerate myself making a mistake. I want to slam my hand on a car door when I make the same mistake twice. And I can't even say the things I do to myself if I make the same mistake 3 times. But, we all have fears about real estate and investing. We all have fears about it. If it were super easy and there was no risk and there was nothing to it, everyone would do it. Everyone would do it. But we all have concerns. We all have fears. We all have things that we're afraid to do. Some of us might be afraid of conflict with a tenant. Some of us might be scared about what happens if there's a problem. Is the contractor going to rip me off? Some are like, well, what happens when I get a call from the town from code enforcement? Oh my word, I'm screwed. They think I'm horrible. And there's all these different things. And then, a lot of that stuff then comes from, well, how do I do this? And then if I do it that way, am I getting in trouble? Am I doing it the wrong way? How do I know I'm doing it the right way? And then, leases, did I create something that it was a cute idea in the lease, but it's not practical and it's going to lose in court every time I go do it? How do I introduce myself to my new tenants when I first bought my building? Like, I don't want them to think I'm the big bad landlord, because most tenants hate their landlords, or certainly the one that sold the building, they hate that landlord, but they do complain all the time about how stuff wasn't getting fixed and then realize they weren't getting fixed because they haven't had a rent raise in 8 years. So really kind of the whole idea of why I made my course was I looked at all the things that scared the daylights out of me when I started in my real estate journey. It was, how do I buy the right product? How do I know what the market wants? How do I rent? How do I write a great ad? How do I manage a property manager? How do I manage tenants? How do I work with contractors? Guys, I thought of it all. I literally thought of it all. And it was paralyzing in fear. It meant that I wasn't making steps. I wasn't making progress. I was letting my mind run circles, and I wasn't taking any steps and making that progress. And so one of the things that I always thought about, and as I would talk with my friends about it, and as I would, they knew I became a big landlord and blah, blah, blah. But as I would talk with my friends about it, they're just like, yeah, but the problem is it's like, there's so much to it. There's so much to it. And you could go 5 years and still constantly be making mistakes. I can confirm, yes. In fact, I was talking about it last night in the boot camp, and I said, if you only paid $1 per mistake that I'm going to help you avoid, it's more than $1,500, which is what the course in the boot camp costs. But I sat there and I reflected on that. And as I talked to other friends about it, they were really the ones that encouraged me and said, hey, there's too much there. There's too much. It's too overwhelming. And I saw so many of my friends be overwhelmed and paralysis by analysis and consumed. And so they couldn't take that next step. They couldn't take that next step in the journey. And that's what really scared me. So that is one of the things that just, again, paralysis by analysis, scared to take that next step. And then there were no courses available when I started doing this, or they were like, buy, no money down. And it was like, oh dear God. And they were $10,000. They were expensive, and they were lock you in a hotel, conference room for 3 days type of thing. So thank God for the internet. Thank you, Al Gore. And just kidding. And that we can deliver this stuff this way. But one of the things I just wanted to kind of continue to talk about today is I still have fears in the work that I do. And I know a lot more than I did 20 years ago. But that's why I'm tackling my greatest project ever. It scares the crap out of me. And now I'm a little bit concerned at how much I'm enjoying the fact that it scares the crap out of me. I'm just like, I am so broken. This is a problem. Because I'm literally thinking what after this one, because I don't know that I can top the next one, that this next project that I'm going to do. It's by far the craziest, most ambitious, ridiculous, redonkulous, ginormous, absurd, dumb, crazy, wacky, just all of those words. And it's just, it scares the crap out of me. And so one of the things that, again, that I learned from the course, and you guys taught me this, and so I wanted to thank you. I really, truly wanted to thank you. The boot campers in my first course, the first set of boot campers, you guys were awesome, because you taught me that what the course gave you was confidence and courage, and it took away a lot of the smoke and mirrors that are in this game, and it gave you confidence to take the next step in your investment journey. We had people that didn't, and I never thought that anybody would buy the course that didn't own any units. We have a ton of people that are buying the course that have no units. And it's so smart. I wish I had thought of it. It's so smart. Think about all the money that companies invest in us, teaching us, trying to train us in how to do things, right? And the time that we invest in things, right? The time that we invest in ourselves, trying to make ourselves better and differentiate ourselves in our jobs. And the leg up that this would have given me, it would have saved me over the course of my journey millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars. It would have saved me, literally millions, because this is over a 20-year period. If I had learned all that stuff up front. So kudos to those people that are early in their journey or haven't even begun their journey necessarily yet with their first purchase. Bravo to you guys. You guys taught me a lot in the fact that this is really much more needed at the beginning of the process. And certainly there's all those things that help you manage it through, right? But in the beginning, there's no greater advantage that you could ever have in knowing how to manage your portfolio, manage tenants, manage interaction with code enforcement and contractors, and buying materials, and how you buy materials, and where you buy materials, and how you evaluate the materials you should be using. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to say, yeah, biggest fears in real estate investing, I'm there with you guys. I'm doing a project, like I said, that scares the ever-loving daylights out of me coming up here. And you guys citing the fact that it gave you confidence and courage to take that next step. I'm honored. I'm so thrilled that you guys would make the investment in yourselves and believe that I'm the one that can help you in that journey. That's why, to me, I'll be honest, the last 3 or 4 days, I've been really under the weather. I feel like absolute total garbage, but I wouldn't give up doing my live stream tonight, and I wouldn't give up the time with my students last night. I've essentially been in bed sick. But I'm here with you guys now, and I want to spend time with you guys and answer your questions, because the thing that I believe the very most is that we need to be self-sufficient. And I don't believe in the systems being there to take care of me financially. I don't believe in my retirement accounts. I want to see cash flow. I want to see assets. I want to know that I've got a higher level of control than pieces of paper, and a belief or a promise that when I retire, that there's going to be a monthly check coming my way. So, I love our group here. And I love new people coming into the group, because I want them to gain that confidence, know that it's absolutely possible, and know that we take you through every step: the buying, the renting, the leasing, the advertising, the management, the repairs, the tenant interaction. I always say that one multiple times, because that was the toughest one for me. And it made me as bold as I am today, recognizing that I would know the rules, and recognizing I would know what was fair and honest and equitable and justice. That's just one of those things where I hope, I encourage you guys. I want the very best for you guys. And I think that if you're making this journey choice, I am just more than thrilled to be a part of it. So, but I really appreciate you guys. It was a blast on the boot camp last night with you guys. We had a lot of new students, and so I'm thrilled to be with you. But I would encourage you. I'm not the only content that you should be consuming. There's a lot of other great content out there. I consume other great content. I watch my buddy Dion. I watch my buddy Millennial Mike. and he's a shorts machine right now. I'm going to have to block him because I can't keep on getting, I don't know why my phone thinks I like it, but I keep on getting naked Mike. I don't want naked Mike. I love you, buddy. Love you. But I consume a lot of content, and I'm always trying to learn that next thing. And what I'm finding a lot of out there, not with the guys that I watch, like Dion and Mike, not with those guys. The stuff that I'm finding from the bigger channels is more disturbing to me. They're becoming these like idea guys that haven't ever done what they're talking about, you know, like, come on, just stop. So stay in your lane. That's why you'll never see me talking about 500 unit complexes until I own a 500 unit complex. If I decide that's what I want to do.